Oh, it cracked just when you set up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, so I have Dr. Patrick Mahoney. He's a neighbor of mine. He works in the building adjacent to mine right here on 5th Avenue. And we bumped into each other because you wanted to try the CFR.
Yes.
And he found out once you did a search that I was literally 10 feet away.
It said arrived on the GPS.
It was that how close you were.
Yeah.
And we've done a few sessions with their nose, but I wanted to try his work because he does a very different technique than I do. It's built more on fascial work, right?
Yeah, fascial manipulation. So very focused on the fascia.
Yeah. So let's, we're going to have his Instagram in this below. So check it out. How do you describe fascia? It's the casing of the muscle.
Yep. It envelops everything and it transfers force between everything. So it links everything together.
You can't move a bone without there being muscle and fascia involved. So if someone says, I can't lift my shoulder, you're talking about joints, but you're also talking about muscle and fascia. If your neck is always tight and your shoulder gets tight too, that's fascia.
What's the main thing that you want to address today that bugs you on a day-to-day basis?
My neck gets tight, especially in extension. I don't have great extension, and I think it's from leaning over a table for 27, and if you add massage, even more than that. So I spend a good part of my waking day with my head down and over. Yeah. Because you can't work like this, right?
No, definitely not.
And so extension is really tough. I've herniated discs on my neck. I have in 2017, which is now, 8 years ago, I herniated 4 discs in my neck. I've herniated discs in my lower back, weightlifting. I used to do a lot of deadlifting and squats. Had a lot of injuries. I was a wrestler, a football player. I told you I had a farm accident. I worked on a farm as a kid, and my foot was ran over by a tractor wagon. I'm standing on the edge, and the wood fell, it broke off. And I landed on my belly, and the wagon with tires this big rolled over my left foot.
Oh my God.
So I was on that side, actually. It broke 6 bones, tore ligaments. I had bruises that lasted a year, and I was really messed up from that. I herniated discs on the left. My left shoulder is the one that always got injured. What's weird is even my left eye is less focused than my right.
Very interesting.
And my left sinus is always the one that gets the infection. So I'm like left-sided on all my ailments.
So this is something that we kind of see a lot, honestly. I mean, I know that's why I said it might be annoying to kind of go through what happened in high school or when you were a kid. But if you have a huge densification down in your leg, that can actually play up all the way down. Think you have a rubber band pulling at you all the time. And so those injuries with the scar tissue and fascial densification don't allow that leg to work properly to then, it starts climbing up the chain and maybe even to the sinuses or the face.
Yeah, when I cross my legs over, this does no problem. This one, I literally have to lift and it never goes all the way.
We're definitely going to check down there and see how it relates to what's going on up there. And if it matches up, we might do some work back and forth. So, any injuries in the arms, anything like that on the left arm especially? I know you said with the radiculopathy.
Yeah, with the radiculopathy, I lost mass of that forearm. I don't know if you could see the difference. So this is big and thick here, and this one got withered away from the nerve damage. This thumb was numb for years before I did. Luckily, the DRX helped that take out the numbness.
How about when you're exercising, like anything?
In the left, I get a spasm here every day.
In the pec minor?
Yeah, up right.
Every day when you're
minor.
Every day when you're working,
I just notice
or
it's just
like
tight.
You wake up with it, or
no, it's not a spasm. It's just tighter than the other side.
Okay.
And I'm always stretching it. I'm constantly stretching it.
It doesn't go away. It comes
never
back.
goes away.
Okay.
But I feel it in my neck. So if I go like this, I can feel all that tight.
And if you were going to do a bunch of push-ups,
which I do,
would that flare up everything you were just talking about, or not so much?
No, I do 100 push-ups every day without missing a day for like a couple of years. Like that's.
And you're not like, oh, this is so much worse.
No, I do it, but it's tight.
Okay.
I even feel right now it wants to be rubbed. It used to be easier to finish work when I was 40 than these days. And by the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty tired. I get pretty whooped by the end of the day.
Okay. All right.
Luckily, after a good night's sleep, I'm ready to come back. But, I definitely feel the wear and tear.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take care of that today.
All right. Let's get cracking.
Absolutely. Checking the muscular fascia through here.
Okay, that hurts. That outside. Yeah, that's very painful. Okay. Well, not very painful. That's tender.
Okay. Through there. Getting a sense of...
Yeah, that's tight there too.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a
a
bad
big
spot.
One. Okay. Let's see. Maybe we'll follow that up to the hip. You get some IT band stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not super happy there. That...
Yeah, that's like a rope.
Yeah, that's not super happy there.
It's not happy.
Yeah, so I'm picking up on a little bit.
Oh, and I get a lot of tenderness in the front part of the shoulder too.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if it's bicep tendon, but like here, touch that spot. Like that really doesn't feel good. Oh, right there, that's a bad spot.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That one is always hurting.
Here, sit up and face that way for me, please.
Sorry, I'm yelling.
No problem. Okay.
All right, that was tender.
You doing okay now, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love this stuff. It's good.
And in through the neck. Yeah, this is where you're really
that's locked up.
struggling. How's that right there?
Not good.
Not good. Okay. Here, why don't I have you go face down?
Here's a little piece of trivia. Chiropractors as a profession, it's very expensive for us to get disability insurance.
Yeah.
Like we don't get very helpful policies because it's expensive because chiropractors usually hurt themselves through their career.
Yeah.
It's a career that has a lot of wear and tear injuries.
A lot of wear and tear injuries.
Yeah. So we don't get good rates for it. You can buy disability insurance, but it's so expensive for chiropractors because we get beaten up doing this stuff. Yeah, that's really sensitive in there.
One even. All right, so I'm just gonna be on this point down here for a minute or two, just trying to release the calf. So you've got something tugging from down here all the way up into that neck. And so we're gonna see if we can get that to release here. You doing okay?
Yeah, it's so intense.
Okay. Anything radiating down to the foot?
No.
Okay.
But you know something? That calf's been tight for decades. Like that. That's really painful. It's always like that. Like if I ever get a massage, that calf makes me scream out. That one feels like you're putting a bayonet in my leg.
Okay. All right, so this fascial line goes all the way from the bottoms of the feet, the plantar fascia, up through the calves, the hamstrings, up through these paraspinals, up into the shoulder here where I'm gonna work on in the rhomboid and follow that up into the neck.
Okay.
Probably have some work to do in these paraspinals, but I'm gonna get up to where it's really bothering you here because these things have been building up for years. I mean, Dr. Doug's talking about an injury from, how old were you, 13?
Yeah.
I mean, 13, and he's been walking around on that. The body's been compensating. So it can take some time for these things to fully release, but we're getting a really good start on this today.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, God, that hurts.
As the fascia densifies, it clamps down on those pain nerves, making things really sensitive to the touch. But that's the same reason why, as you're moving around, these things are hurting you so easily because the pain nerves are already clamped down on, let's say, 50%. So making it much easier for them to excite and turn on, tell your brain, I'm in pain. This is right into your infraspinatus, and this is how some of that fascia from the rhomboid comes down and links into the arm here.
It even feels like it's like almost, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse. Oh. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's like a rope in there.
Oh.
That's supposed to be a muscle relaxing and contracting, but it's just stuck. It's like a rope.
It's been like that a long time.
Okay. Yeah, these suboccipitals are a real big one on people. As they get that forward head posture, these suboccipitals pinch down, and when that's been happening for years and years and years, they get so densified, they really struggle to relax and contract. And so you have to get in here and break it up like this. I'm assuming this is probably not the most comfortable, Dr. Doug?
That's okay. You can even go more on those.
Okay.
No, I feel that much more.
Yeah, pushing up into the skull a little bit more here. So that grabs onto the big fascial cap of your skull. And that's why some people will say, oh, it feels like my head's 1,000,000 pounds, because it literally, the whole skull is getting pushed that way. And it is like you're wearing a cap that's too heavy because it's being tensioned. Did you ever get any injuries in your hands while you were being a massage therapist?
I started getting like that, these nodes on these like lumps on my ligaments, but they kind of went away.
Okay. Yeah, and that's consistent with what we're seeing here with his symptoms, that, the arms aren't really something that set it off. It's more being on his feet, bending over, and those kinds of things versus, every time he uses his arm, it's creating his symptoms. So right there.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, so right in his cervical paraspinals, those big backstrap muscles that go up the back, there's one fiber, like a rope going through those, that is just so tight. How are you doing?
Good.
Starting to let up a little bit?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt, no.
Okay. We're really big on balance. So when we do something on the front, we always want to check the back. And so that calf we were working there, as we're releasing tension on the back, we want to check the front. And this front's definitely...
That really hurts.
Yeah, pretty bad in here. So you'll actually... If you don't balance front to back like this, you'll literally walk out of a session and you'll feel like you're falling backwards, you're falling forwards. It's kind of a bizarre feeling, but it makes sense. If you can't pull your arm up this way, you're not stretching everything on the back. So things exist, in symmetry.
That's really painful right there.
Okay. Do the same thing over through here, right in the pec minor. Yeah, you weren't joking about this.
Yeah.
So we always have to go off of feel, because with things that have been around for a really long time, sometimes they're very sensitive, but sometimes sometimes the body's almost just forgotten about them. So you won't really have a lot of tenderness, but if it's really densified like this, it can certainly be causing a lot of problems.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I feel that now a little bit.
Yeah. Starting to warm up in here. Yeah, so what's going to happen is the next day or two, you're going to be sore in all these points. And it's actually the way that it clears out all these old injuries and this density is the body's inflammatory response. So you're actually going to feel the best in 2 days. You'll have a little bit of soreness there, just like you exercise, nothing crazy, maybe a little bit sore to the touch. And in 2 days, when that goes away, that's when you'll actually feel the most, the best, all of that lightness of things fully releasing, because your body continues to heal these old areas that it never got to fully heal. Yeah, you can almost hear that.
It's crunchy. Ay.
And so this line goes from that pec minor in through where this bicep inserts, and yeah, right there. So what happens is, especially we see this a lot with bench pressers and things like that, the anterior delt basically gets glued into the pec. So your pec is supposed to operate with flexion and abduction, and your delt is supposed to go over this way. But if you're just used to using this pressing motion, or you have injuries in this area, or you work a lot with your hands, they can get pretty much glued together. See that forward posture, and so this is what we're trying to do, is just separate those two guys that are like glued in together right there. All right. You doing okay there?
Yeah.
Okay. So here, why don't I have you just stand up real quick?
Okay.
Just take a few steps. See if you feel light, if you feel heavy, if you feel like you're being pulled backwards or forwards.
No, I feel good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So now that we've got some fascial balancing going, why don't we do some adjustments and make sure we've set the bones in place. Now we've got another layer taken care of.
This was good.
No, absolutely.
Really good.
Absolutely.
I feel like you got into some layers that no one gets into.
Yeah.
Oh, like that's tight.
Ooh.
Oh, it cracked just when you set up.
Yeah, no, that guy wanted to go really badly. Didn't even need an adjustment, really.
Oh.
Okay. Now let me just check the wrists and the elbows. You've been having some referrals down the arm. You work with the hands every day. Good. Got to make sure we keep you cracking.
Oh.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. Good. Yeah, wow.
Oh, that was good.
That
was
unsurprisingly, this one needed a lot more,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, multiple. Yeah, so you've got 26 bones in the feet, and if any of those are stuck together, they'll cause problems right up the chain with how they're not moving right.
Ooh, that's tender there.
Sorry about that. That's because the fibula head needs it. There we go. Check this hip here.
Ooh, I felt that all the way up.
Okay.
That one too. That was really good. My hips went.
Yeah, the hips were definitely out. Deep breath in, all the way out.
Oh.
Yep. All the way out.
Oh.
Deep breath in, all the way out.
Oh.
Good.
Good.
Here, I'm just gonna pull you up this way, okay? Get these lower ribs. Deep breath in, all the way out.
Oh.
Deep breath in, all the way out.
Oh.
Deep breath in, all the way out.
Oh, that feels
Yeah.
good.
Definitely pretty locked.
Oh, that felt good.
All right.
All right, thank you. Oh.
Doc, how are you feeling?
I feel loose and relaxed.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very happy to
Thank you
help.
so much. So check out his work. It's really cool. And if you're ever in New York and you feel like you have a lot of those deep fascial lines and those deep fascial issues, it would be good to work with him and take a session with him and explore.